Stock markets have mostly shrugged off Mr. Trump's tariff statements and closed yesterday at near record highs. I do love that our default measurement of economic well-being is literally like, how do the top 0.1% feel vibe-wise? Like, how are they chilling today, you know? How are they straight up, are they straight up relax maxing? Well, if so, the economy's doing great. How did your eggs get to be this expensive? Our eggs are going to get more expensive, but the reason why they're so expensive now, in addition to inflation and greed from the companies and so on and so forth, is because H5N1 preventative practices mean that if any one of the chicken in your flock gets sick, you have to cull the entire flock. So we're going through a little bit of a shortage. More than 30 million chickens, roughly 10% of the nation's egg-laying population, have been killed in just the last 3 months. Jesus. I just Googled it. I gotta say, that's more than I thought it would be. Avian influenza has led to a shortage of eggs and wholesale prices that are through the roof. Consumers can expect to feel the pain for a while. Trump. Never been a better time to go vegan. True. Basically, it's the capital class coping and gaslighting themselves because how could Trump possibly be that stupid? Yeah, no, okay, you know how we see, like, illegal immigrants who are brown, and they're like, when Trump talks about deporting illegal immigrants, he's talking about the bad ones, not about hard workers like me and my family, you know? There are wealthy people who are doing the exact same thing. Yeah, when Trump talks about tariffing Mexico and Canada, there's no way he would actually do that. He means, like, a threat of targeted tariffs in order to procure specific outcomes. Ignore the fact that during his first presidency, he did put in place tariffs that actually, like, devastated U.S. agriculture. Like, ignore the fact that this has happened before and this is potentially much worse. I can't imagine Trump's order for health departments to stop communicating with the public is going to help this either. Yeah, my understanding is that this is actually a relatively normal thing. It's just a little bit more ominous in his case because when it happened with Biden, it's just like, oh, you know, they're just cycling the guard. But now it's like, well, what are they planning / what are they hiding? You know, we have more reason to distrust this administration. No, it's not normal. What, you're linking me an 8-comment thread. What am I looking at? Your local epidemiologist.substack.com. What particular knowledge do you have that has led you to this source to talk about it? Go up. I can't scroll up from what you linked me. Return to thread. A week of chaos in public health. The truth. You linked me a sub-comment. Everyone, this is what I was linked, to be clear. This is what I was linked. I was linked one thread in the comment section of a random Substack article. Return to thread. Now we're just in the comments. Read. Now we're in the article. That's what you linked me. You gotta think for a second before you... Sorry, lol. Are you? Yeah, serious person? Really? Nominative anti-determinism. You ran from that description. I think you're very unserious, actually. Yeah, okay, one thing at a time. Yeah, it's a lot of words. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. So it's not as normal as I've been led to believe? Grocery stores and restaurants are now paying around $7 for a dozen eggs. Sheesh! That's what they're paying to get it? You know, at some point, you really just have to question whether or not we should be engaging in animal agriculture at all. Certainly, like, to the extent that people are out there having, like, 6 eggs a day or whatever. Maybe it should be a little bit more of a luxury good. I think people do eat too many eggs. We just eat so much animal product relative to, like, our ancestors or whatever. I'm not talking about getting rid of butter or anything. I'm just saying it's kind of weird that culturally we've just accepted having meat multiple meals a day every day. No wonder so many of us die of heart disease. That rules, Thana. While customers have noticed higher egg prices, the cost of eggs for consumers 37% higher than a year ago, they have not yet felt the full impact of the shortage. Grocery stores typically price products like milk and egg as loss leaders, meaning they are sold for less than the wholesale prices that stores pay. This is how economically inefficient this shit is, man. You're not even, like, you're buying this shit at a discount. The animal agriculture industry is already heavily subsidized, and then you're paying less for it than the grocery store paid for it because they're hoping you get, like, a Twix bar on the way out or something. Can you link the article in chat? Sure. Here's the unusual part. However, the scope of a pause ordered this week is unusual. For example, CDC's scientific publication, MMWR, wasn't published yesterday. It was the first time in 70 years that this has happened, and it included 3 discoveries on the H5N1 outbreak, an active biosecurity threat to Americans. Okay, so it's like a much more sweeping pause than it normally is, for longer, and it affects more. Gotcha. It must be a mess over there. You know, it's a complete communications blackout. We literally have no idea what's going on in the NIH, you know? They could be like, sending jackbooted thugs down every hallway being like, you know, Heil Trump or you're out or whatever. It's also the FDA. Are you guys ready for the new FDA food pyramid, which is going to be even more insane than the one from like the 1990s or whatever? It's going to be all meat. It's going to, like, the base of the pyramid is going to be all meat. And then later in order of like most expensive to least expensive going up to the top. And like the least needed food group is going to be rice and beans and stuff. Raw milk. If you were to place an order today for baby chicks, you may not receive them until April or October of 2026. God damn. Meat, crude oil, and NFTs. True. Ketchup is a vegetable again. Ketchup is a vegetable. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. Florida alone gets $914 million in NIH grants. About 40,000 jobs rely on it. Not for long. I mean, we haven't even talked about the ending or the freezing of cancer research. Health researchers alarmed as Trump administration pauses travel communications. Yeah. Trump administration delays funding to cancer research. Never see it. Ooh, this one's from Nature. I don't normally see news headlines from Nature. I know they produce them, but like normally they try to keep their hands off this stuff, I feel. Never seen anything like this. Trump's team halts NIH meetings and travel. Indefinite suspension of the world's largest public funder of biomedical research. That's cool. This is all good. That's cool. Confusion and anxiety is ripping through the U.S. health research community this week following Trump's taking office, 47th U.S. president. Abruptly canceled research grant reviews, travel, and trainings for scientists inside and outside the NIH, the world's largest public biomedical funder. Adding to the worry, Trump's team appears to have deleted entire web pages about diversity programs and diversity-related grants from the agency's site. Yeah, kind of expected that he would do that. Without advisory committee meetings, the NIH cannot issue research grants, temporarily freezing 80% of the agency's $47 billion budget that funds research across the country and beyond. Trump was attacking NIH grants like for years leading up to the election. Remember everything we went through with Doge, where they were like, look at these wastes of money, $600,000 spent researching seatbelts in Ghana or something like that. And it just absolutely psychotic. Conservative take on cancer research freezing. Is it like a guy hitting himself in the head with a big hammer? Oh, I saw this. Trump has ordered the National Institutes of Health to cancel their review panels on cancer research. The impact of Trump's collective executive orders appears devastating, one senior NIH employee said. And then from Fred_D31586, America flag, blue check mark. How much time and money has been spent on cancer research? 50 years at $1 trillion? Have they found a cure? Will taking a big pause be a big deal then? A reply. I'm still alive thanks to cancer research. Fred D responds, I'm happy for you. My mom died. There were no treatments available. Yeah, that seems like about the mental wavelength that you would expect these people to be operating on, assuming this person isn't just a bot, where like there's basically a coin flip on it. Just anti-medicine. They have been for a while, man. This is why I'm so over that like fake lefty noble savage view of the American South and Trump supporters, where you're like, well, underneath the reactionary deception, the wool covered their eyes. This is actually a noble member of the proletariat. Dude, they're retards and they're killing all of us. They're omnicidal. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, literally, holy shit, man. Like, come on. You can't. The sympathy is a finite resource, etc., etc. They're like lefties on Twitter pretending that like real country music, like the kind of stuff you listen to in West Virginia, is anti-cop. No, it's not. You're just getting that from a Tumblr post that you saw when you were a kid. That's not real. You're reminiscing about a period of time that has not been the case for over half a century. You like, this has nothing to do with you're completely like just Woody Guthrie shit. Yeah, you're making this up to try to out-woke liberals, okay? I'm a proponent of dark woke. You seen that? I'm a dark woker myself. So that the original dark woke was that guy who stuck his tongue out before roundhouse kicking that anti-abortion activist. Do you remember that guy? The goofy looking skinny urbanite, and he like charged up the roundhouse kick. That was the founder of dark woke.